I and I got this picture of Etsy, and I have done up my hair as Marie Antoinette. It's a portrait, and you know, based on a um, 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 movie from the 90s, but I'm sure the painting is in one of the museums of one of Paris, and yeah, so she has an heirloom, beautiful blue stone for her necklace. But I thought I would do it, but then low key, yeah, but it's a different kind of a dress, and I have a slip on. It's just for YouTube. Sometimes I do it without a slip, but this has a slip on. I have a slip on. So, anyways, so let me start begin. Marie Antoinette during her last days of the French Revolution in 1789. Gayatri B. Sitaram. I have Wagner playing in the background. Robespierre has still um, uh, kept her beautiful, although he has sacrificed her husband, Louis XVI, to Madame la Guillotine. Some of France wept to see him killed this way, but the cry for equality, liberty, and fraternity was the mantra of the day. Pray to the Lady of Freedom, and your wishes will be granted, said the new revolution and the new republic. Marie Antoinette, in her bedroom, half crazy but looking really pretty and ethereal, and quite untouched by the mayhem and the cry for her blood by Madame la Guillotine, said to herself, she's half crazy in the sense with grief over her husband. But and I just want to add this short note that being an engineer, writer, artist, I could not possibly look ethereal. All right, I'm a feminist from today, but I'm playing a little bit of a dialogue here. Ma petite Louis, I cry for you, for the child I bore you, the heir to the throne of France. You were a good man like your father and grandfather, and all of you liked me. 3 generations of men being so much in love with me. I still remember you, Louis, ma petite Louis, deflowering the fleur de lis in me. It has been so long since I've been touched by a man. That petit cound, Robespierre, prefers to worship me from a distance, but he is a gentleman. Alas, a gentleman. But this is good for Madame la Guillotine. There's a knock on the door, and Robespierre enters. He looks at her and realizes he's hopelessly in love with the beauty. He thinks to himself sadly, this is against the dictates of my writing and beliefs for the people of France. But the aristocrat had some special blood in him and her. Robespierre. Madame Marie, I must say you look well. Have I not kept my word and treated you well? We are revolutionists, not animals. Maybe to himself, he thought. Maybe the women of the French Revolution are too bloodthirsty, he thought. Marie, Monsieur Robespierre, not noble blooded are you, but high minded in some ways. I'm grateful to you for your chivalry and care of myself. I pine for my dead husband and imprisoned son, Dauphin. But if you should choose, I can make you a happy man with my embroidery and poetry, which pleased my husband, Louis XVI, a great deal. May I sing for you, Monsieur Robespierre? He looks outside, and nobody is inside. He keeps the door open. He says, all right, for just 3 or 4 lines. Marie begins. Right? So Marie begins. A little bit of a dance, Mr. Robespierre? Monsieur Robespierre? Mr. Robespierre, make me yours, and I shall show you a whole new world of love, liberty, and life. Mr. Robespierre, make me yours, and I shall show you a whole new world of life, liberty, and love. Monsieur Robespierre, faites de moi les portraits et devez faire des sous toute aux mains de liberté, de vie. And Robespierre, from the email I sent this morning to, well, a man for the French Canadians from the city of Papineau, our ex-Prime Minister, Mr. Justin Trudeau, and I shared it with Prime Minister Carney. Well, English Canada is very primary in my viewpoint, but French Canadians, Montreal is a city I love. So here, this is the dialogue for Robespierre, and I'll end with the French is from Google Translate. All right, I'm not good at French. I don't know French at all. Okay. Robespierre, despite being visibly seduced by her beauty, is reminded of the honorable ideals by his fellow women and fellow men, and ruthlessly sends her to the guillotine, but lives to regret this act all his life. But from me, as a piece of thinking and not a dialogue, I believe that no man should ever forget his true ethics while evaluating work endeavors, whatever the temptation there may be. And I must say, and this is what I observed to Prime Minister Carney, that Mr. Trudeau showed me the error of my ways when I was adding asides in cinematic style to enhance popular reading content. I have edits for all of these essays. So I go on to, you know, present my own case. Just a bit of my skit is done. I will read an excerpt from Madame Baroness Oski's The Scarlet Pimpernel, which is set in France. And there's an Englishman, the Scarlet Pimpernel, the nobleman himself, who saves the people from the guillotine, Madame la Guillotine. And I just wanted to this is more relevant to my own life. And I believe that no man, all right, I said that. And under the implicit faith in the system, which rewards the right kind of hard work with excellence and good qualities in what have I said here? In content, and strives to set a good example to the world at large, and paints a true picture of the merits and demerits of the governing heads of nation with publications on the internet and token payment and newspaper essays. I never said newspaper essays. Oh, I have to say this again. All right, so going back to the Scarlet Pimpernel, I'll just read the lady. There was a lady called who is the lady? Lady is Bibo. Bibo is one of the Bibo is the woman who drove the cars. Get the dead, and she was they were after blood. I made friends with Madame Guillotine's lover, she said with a coarse laugh. He cut these off for me from the heads as they rolled down. He has promised me some more tomorrow, but I don't know if shall be at my usual place. And Bibo is in charge of something, and I've forgotten the book, but a lot of it I remember. It's a big book, but it's very nice. It's very interesting reading, and it keeps you riveted to your seats. All right, I urge you to read. It's maybe out of print. I couldn't, but I could find this. This at least portions you should read. One by one, the Scarlet Pimpernel gets the aristocrats out of France. All right, so signing off, Marie Antoinette, who has a hyacinth embroidered. Well, Marie Antoinette embroidered, sings poetry. There you go. So has hyacinth embroidered on her slip. Oh well. But Louis the 16th, when you undress me, you're going to see. All right, all right. It's all a joke for me. I'm an engineer, writer, artist. All right, thank you.